Hey everyone, this is Russ from Retro Game Core. So today I'm going to show you how to load Brutal Doom onto your RG350 device. I'm pretty excited about this one. It took me a while to figure it out, and there were a couple other users on like Reddit and Facebook that really helped me along the way to figure out how to get this working. So without any further ado, let's knock it out. Let's figure out how to get this installed in the RG350. So first things first, on your computer, you're going to need the Doom WAD, which is the retail file from the Doom game itself, right? And I'm using the Ultimate Doom game. And then on top of that, you're going to need this ZDoom OPK, and I'll have that in my guide linked below. And then one final piece you're going to need is the actual Brutal Doom mod file. And so I'll have the link as well in my guide, but basically you pull it up and download the zip file, open it up, and then you pull the Brutal Doom version 20b.pk3 file. So just one file out of the whole thing. You pull that out, drag it onto your computer, and then once you have it there, you can get rid of the zip file. You don't need it anymore. And that's it. You just need these three files put onto your RG350. So let's show you how to do that. I'm going to open up my FTP client here. I'm using Windows today, so I'm on WinSCP. Just log in here, typical way. And I have guides for that. If you don't know how to do that, just go to my website. And then here I have the three sides on one panel, and then over here I have the regular inventory for the RG350. So pull over your OPK into the Media Data Apps folder, the same place you put any other application. So you put that over there, and then in your external drive, so the RG350 folder, I made a WADs folder here, and I'm just going to drag these two over. So the mod file as well as the Doom WAD. This will take a minute, but I'll just fast forward and make it quick for you. Okay, and then once you're here and everything's good, you need to change the file name of the WAD. So it's going to be doom.wad.bin, and that's what the OPK recognizes. So you just change that over, and then you're good. So after that, you need to go back onto your RG350, open it up, and then you're going to open ZDoom just one time, just so that it builds the files you need. So you open it up, and right now it's going to have you navigate somewhere. Just navigate to where that Doom WAD is, and it'll say doom.wad, but it's actually the doom.wad.bin one we just renamed. So open it up, and then you can close out of the game here. So I just have my Ultimate Doom file here, obviously. Okay, so then once you've done that, go back to your computer, go into the home folder, and then the config, like .config folder, and there you'll find ZDoom. And inside that will be an INI file. So double click that, open it up with this text folder, and then you want to find the doom.autoload section. And here we're going to redirect it to the path of Brutal Doom. So let me go in my FTP client and actually navigate to it so we can see where it is, which is media/RG350/WADs and then the file name. So you just write in path equals, no space or anything, /media/RG350/WADs, which is the folder I'm using, and then the name of the file itself. And then you hit save, and you are done. At this point, when you open ZDoom the next time, and you open up that Doom game, like we're going to do right now, it's not going to open up Ultimate Doom, it's going to open up Brutal Doom instead. So it uses the regular Doom as the back end, and then it puts all the additions to it. So let's start it up and see what it's like. Today, honestly, it was my first time ever playing Brutal Doom. So there's a modern and a classic version. The modern version gives you updated weapons. You know, like you can see here, I've got some sort of assault rifle. The classic one has your regular weapons, just with a lot more blood and stuff. So you can see here, I'm actually using dual analog controls. This version of ZDoom actually allows you to have joypad controls, and we'll go over that in a minute. But you can see here, look at all that blood. I mean, it's coming up on the screen and stuff. I think I'm going to have to make this video 18 plus just because of all the blood and stuff on here, even if it is, 90s versions of blood. But it's still kind of funny. Anyway, you can see here, it's fun to control. There's definitely different graphics and stuff you can see here. You hit you blow up a barrel and it's just kind of crazy bloody. But let me show you how to configure the controls. So the first thing is that you can actually look up and down in this game. So it's 3D visuals. So go into the joystick controls, make sure it says enable controller support, and then go in here and change your axis configuration. Strafing for the first one, then moving forward for the next one. Then you're going to have turning for the third one, and then looking up and down for that fourth one. And you can invert it as well. I actually play inverted most of the time. And so now if I go back and start up the game, you can see I've got 3D controls. I can actually move up and down. So now let's also go and affect the buttons themselves. So there are all sorts of different movement options that are not usually available. So I'm making the fire button my R1, I'm making my use button my L1. It's kind of typical to what you would expect in a modern shooter. But on top of that, there are jumping options, there are crouching options, reloading options, all these different kind of things that you can map to your different buttons. So you just go in here, you hit start, and then you pick whatever button you want to in terms of mapping it. And for me, you know, I'm just kind of using a typical, like, you know, my B button is the jump button, my A button is the crouch button, things like that. You can go through. It's going to show you different names. It's not going to say A button. It's going to be whatever the keyboard equivalent is. But it's kind of a nice way to go through. And then also, you know, make sure that you adjust your weapon buttons as well. So, you know, I have it mapped to the Y button or the top button. So now I have it basically controlling like a modern shooter. I can adjust my weapons, you know, using a button. I can crouch, I can jump, all those kind of things. It's a little disorienting at first. You can see in my gameplay, I actually am not doing so hot. Again, I usually play with inverted controls and I didn't. And so up is down for me right now, but I just didn't want to overcomplicate the video. But yeah, it works really well. And you can see here, it's just ridiculously bloody and just a lot of fun. So, you know, and one other thing to think about too is that you could actually do this for other mods. I don't think that it's related only to Brutal Doom. I think that if you have any other mods that have just a single PK3 file, you might be able to test this method out and see if you can get other mods working as well. Anyway, I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and happy gaming!